podcast made by basketball fans for basketball fans. From the hottest takes, news, analysis, and passion for the sport that we all love, this is the Fast Break Pod with Finn James and Will Tremaine. Welcome into the Fast Break Podcast, the podcast made by basketball fans.
For basketball fans.
Finn James.
Will Tremaine.
Back again. 2 weeks off. We had a bit of a hiatus.
Yeah.
Apologies. That was my bad.
Enjoyed Australia, Finn?
I did, actually.
Yeah.
I did miss the podcast, though. I'll be honest.
It's alright.
Sorry, did you miss me?
Back now.
Be honest.
Be honest?
Yeah.
Tremendously.
Yeah. Tremendously.
Honestly, just outside of the podcast, I struggled, Finn.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
It was tough without you, man. So glad to have you back.
Yeah? Well, you're going to be losing me for another week.
Oh, no.
I'm off to Melbourne on Tuesday and not back until early Monday morning. So
Nice.
apologies, but next week we're going to be missing another episode, and that is my fault once again. And then in about 2 weeks' time after that, Will and I will be down at Hoop Nations at Mount Maunganui. I'm sure quite a few of you watching will
We are, aren't we?
know that tournament. A lot of our fans, a lot of our audience, Kiwi basketball players that like to play basketball, and obviously Hoop Nations on Labour Weekend, and we are going down.
Yeah, so if you want photos or signatures.
Alrighty. So yeah, unfortunately, we will be missing a couple episodes this month as well, and that is mostly my wrongdoing, and I apologise.
Right.
And we will make it up to you guys as the season continues, because there is a lot to unpack. As always, time codes down below. We're going to be covering off some world basketball news, which we have implemented instead of the world news segment. We're going to look at NBL Round 3. It's been some great games this round, and there's a couple games remaining. Oh no, there's no games remaining, I don't think, until Wednesday. There's no games tonight, right?
There's one today. I think it's like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock.
Well, there you go. Because the NRL Grand Final's on tonight, so I guess they didn't really want to compete with that. And since we haven't been here for 2 weeks, there's been 3 Breakers games since episode 1.
Well, there's been 4.
Well, there's been 4. Yeah, you're right. We actually didn't do an episode on the... Well, we did one before the first game against Brisbane. And we're 0-4.
It's the Pelicans versus Southeast Melbourne, by the way.
So there's
not an actual...
There's no NBL games. But yeah, so we're going to be covering off quite a bit. We're going to be really diving deep into what we've seen so far this season from the Breakers. They're 0-4. So
it's been rough.
It's been pretty rough.
My second seed prediction is essentially out the window already, and even Finn's 6th seed prediction is looking a bit rough.
We could turn around, but yeah, so we're going to be diving deep into what we think's going wrong, the few things that are going right, maybe what needs to change near the back end of the episode. But like I said, time codes down below for wherever you want to skip throughout. But let's start off with some world basketball news.
Also, on the note of the podcast, when we're down in Hoop Nation, maybe we do a live from Tauranga Hoop Nation podcast. Potentially.
You never know. There actually could be a podcast come out Sunday evening.
Yeah.
We could do a big... Well, the NBA starts around then.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we could do like a massive... Get our whole team and...
Yeah, this is obviously we're thinking live on the pod,
sort of,
but we do have an Airbnb with some people you've seen on here before.
We could live stream our fantasy draft or something.
We could. We have a few people... There's been a few guests on the pod that will be down there with us. Maybe we'll do an NBA predictions type podcast.
Who knows? Stay tuned.
With a big... Just... Keep posted. Maybe there'll be some content come Labour Weekend down in Mount Maunganui. But let's start off with some world basketball news before we head into the nitty and gritty of the podcast. Obviously, NBL Round 3, as well as the Breakers' demise. Really
terrible start.
Yeah.
What's been happening with Kirk Penny, Finn?
Kirk Penny, the greatest, one of the greatest,
second greatest New Zealand basketball player of all time,
just behind Stephen Adams, right? Well, Pero Cameron.
Could be Kirk Penny.
Okay.
Pero Cameron third.
Pero Cameron was in the All-Star 5 in the 2002 World Cup.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. I don't know. Kirk Penny he's
top 5. He's undeniably top 5.
For sure.
Obviously, he spent the last 2 years assistant coaching at Wisconsin, the Division 1 school. Probably was a big reason for the recruitments of Hayden Jones as well as Jackson Ball.
Yep.
He has departed for the upcoming season and will be returning to New Zealand to spend more time with his family, which I think's pretty fair.
Yeah.
So, good to have him back on New Zealand shores. Let's see. Maybe he gets involved with the Breakers somehow, because maybe they need him.
Yeah. Maybe we lace him up, get back on the court, mate.
Damn. He played for the Tuatara like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was random as.
Yeah.
Pretty old. But yeah, Kirk Penny's returning. Yeah, two years at Wisconsin. They actually did pretty good. I think they made March Madness the 2 years he was there.
Yeah.
And yeah, he probably was
always been a solid basketball team.
They are pretty good. They would have been he would have been a big reason why Jackson Bull and Hayden Jones.
At least he got them in before he left. So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. He would have been a pretty big reason for that recruitment. So Kirk Penny is returning to New Zealand shores. Yeah. Pretty decent career.
Welcome home, Kirk.
Honestly, I think they said he was going to be working on some entrepreneurial business, but I'd love to still see him around the basketball space when he comes back.
In other world basketball news, Finn, the New Orleans Pelicans, they've travelled down under to Australia.
I know.
Play 2 preseason games against Melbourne United and Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, obviously both in Melbourne. They got underway with their first game against Melbourne United. Came away with the win. No surprises there. 107-97. Led by Trey Murphy with 18 and Zion with 15. So good outings from their 2 best players, I'd say. Good to see them both on the court. Trey Murphy had a couple of...
DeJounte Murray's there.
I think Trey Murphy and Zion are the pretty
Jordan
clear
Poole?
1-2.
Jordan Poole?
Give me Trey and Zion.
Okay, fair enough.
You reckon Jordan Poole over Trey Murphy? You're tripping.
That's a great question.
You're tripping.
I guess we'll see.
Liam Heap, let us know.
He's over there, actually.
He is.
He's a great
watching
man.
them. But yeah, Trey Murphy had a poster on Finn Delaney, I think it was, and then another
yeah.
crazy windmill dunk. And obviously we know Zion's known for his athleticism. Blew by Milton Doyle on a play, which kind of just froze him. Looked pretty crazy.
Cross him out of his shoes.
But no, exciting to see an NBA team. I think this is the first time ever that an NBA team's come down and played in the in the Oceania region.
Definitely. It's never happened before.
Yeah.
It was history making.
Yeah.
On Friday night. Thoughts? Happy that they're here?
I think it's amazing, honestly. Like, obviously, in previous years, it's been the NBL teams that have had to travel to the States to play NBL
we
sides.
don't like that.
The fact that they can come down to us and not disrupt those 2 Melbourne team seasons in terms of travel and still showcase to, like, all of the Oceanic region fans who obviously... There are massive NBA fans in this part of the world. Like, the 2 of us are just 2 of many who, like, diehard NBA fans. So I think it's amazing to give the people of Melbourne that opportunity to watch essentially an NBA game of sorts.
I mean, it basically was. They played on the New Orleans Pelicans court. They brought in
NBA rules.
They brought in, they played all NBA rules. They played with an NBA ball. They brought in NBA hoops.
Yeah.
They did everything NBA, essentially. It was basically an NBA game, which I don't know how that sits with me, considering they're playing in Melbourne, but they played a New Orleans Pelicans home game, technically.
Well, you can't disrupt the Pelicans, like...
It's an NBA team.
Style
that is literally the pinnacle. You wouldn't want...
Like, they wouldn't have come if it wasn't under those rules.
Yeah, 100%. And I think something else that was really cool to see is that they brought a full-strength roster over with them.
Yeah.
Well, I think DeJounte Murray
still
still...
with his Achilles.
Yeah, but in terms of everyone else, pretty sure it's a fully healthy... Well, not fully healthy,
they didn't play, like, full minutes, obviously, but they
never do
in
preseason, they never do. Everyone did take the floor, though. Like, Jordan Poole started, Zion started... Kevon Looney started, Trey Murphy started. I think Sadiq Bey started. I forgot he was even on the team, to be honest with you.
Jeremiah Fairs, their rookie, he had a terrible game.
Looked 2 of 15 shooting, I think it was.
Yeah, rough.
Like 5 turnovers.
But he's a rookie, so like we can give him some leeway there.
Oh, yeah.
So,
but they've got, like you said, Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, not United. That's tonight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an afternoon game.
Yeah.
Same arena, I think.
Yeah, John Cain Arena, I think it is.
I think it's John Cain.
I think it's the one they play in for... Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the one they play in for like the Australian Open in tennis. I think that's...
They play that inside?
Yeah.
They play the Australian Open inside?
I think the main stadium is John Cain Arena, like for the final.
I don't know that. I think Melbourne and Southeast Melbourne both play at John Cain Arena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like just the biggest stadium. Well, not stadium, arena.
It is very big.
In Melbourne, so it makes sense.
I'm a huge fan of it as well, right? Like, this hopefully will entice... more NBA teams to come over, maybe even to New Zealand and play the Breakers.
Yeah, if they can go to Melbourne, they can come to Auckland. Like Auckland's a big city.
The same flight.
It's
time
shorter
to Auckland than it's to Melbourne.
because they come across the states. So
yeah, true.
Yeah,
and it's not like they don't want to play against us because we've gone over to America. Have last season literally played the Jazz, the Blazers, and the 76ers.
Yeah.
So it's not like NBA teams are turning down opportunities to play against NBL teams.
I'm sure Steven Adams would have some pull in the Rockets organization to
Maybe,
like,
but he doesn't really like New Zealand. Oh, it's not New Zealand basketball, though, technically.
No.
Yeah.
he could entice his teammates to have a little like
And it would,
preseason trip
it
down
would
to New
sell
Zealand.
out. It would sell
Oh,
out.
100%.
100%. I don't know. I think...
Imagine seeing Kevin Durant play at Spark Arena, bro. Oh, that would be
it just
amazing.
feel disrespectful putting him in such a tiny arena.
What's our biggest one?
Yeah.
Maybe we find a way to like
Eden
get
Park.
a roof on Eden Park and play that. Or play it down in the new Christchurch one or
Yeah,
something.
all
I
that.
don't know.
No, I think it's very cool. I know when they first announced it, there was rumors that they were bringing 4 teams down here.
Ooh.
And then they all pulled out, and they were all like teams that had Australian players.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Pelicans no longer have any, but
Yeah.
Dyson Daniels was, I think, on the team, he was on the team on the Hawks last season, but I think it was like getting spoken about probably when he was still on the Pelicans.
You know what team has 2 Australians playing for them?
Blazers,
Portland, yeah.
Matisse Thybulle and Duop Reef.
The Great Barrier Reef.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe
To be fair, the Rockets they had 3.
Steven Adams,
Jack McVeigh, and Jock
Landale.
Landale.
Yeah.
But obviously Jack McVeigh returned, and I'm a big fan. I'd love to see
There's
it.
definitely-
I think, obviously, it would sell out 100% if an NBA team was in Auckland. I hope it happens. Part of me feels like it won't.
I think
Like, how much pull does New Zealand have in terms of an entire NBA? I wouldn't say organization, because not everyone's going to come, but an entire NBA team, trainers, coaches, roster to all just come down to Auckland.
we're obviously always going to be second fiddle to Australia, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, Melbourne and Sydney are always going to have like top priority, and then even after that, it's probably like Perth, Brisbane,
Adelaide,
Adelaide
probably.
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Auckland's probably like 5th or 6th on that list of where they'd come. So we'll see. Maybe one day.
Hopefully. I think it'd be so good.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
would just be entertaining.
It would have to be the team that Steven Adams is playing for at that point.
You'd hope
Surely.
so, right?
Although he might be out of the league
It'd
by
be
the
a bit-
time they come down here.
It'd be a bit funky if it wasn't.
Yeah. Who knows?
It would sell out.
for sure.
If you had to pick one team that wasn't the one team you support, and it wasn't the Rockets, actually
Okay.
no, we'll put the Rockets in there as well. If you could pick one team, not the Blazers, that would come down here, who would you pick?
Could be the Rockets. They
Just
have Steven Adams, who's like our hometown hero.
You wouldn't want the Lakers to come down?
No, it'd be the Rock because not only if it maybe say Steven
No,
Adams
like
was on a
not
terrible
like
team,
a realistic thing, like your dream team to come
it
down.
would still be the Rockets.
You'd still just want to watch the Rockets
Because
play.
say Steven Adams was on a terrible team, then maybe I'd second guess it. But like Steven Adams is still on a great team
Oh, the
with
Rockets are
amazing
gonna be a
players.
top 3.
Kevin Durant coming to New Zealand,
Yeah, no,
sign me
fair.
up. Sengun,
You'd rather watch that team than Luka Doncic and LeBron James, though.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Would you choose the Lakers?
I don't know. It's
Wouldn't
a
be
tricky.
the
I'd have to
Clippers.
think about it because there's 29 other teams other than the Clippers that.
The Jazz would be fun to watch. Actually, I'm joking.
I was gonna say you can't be serious.
But no, we can only hope. What's
yeah.
been happening in the WNBA, Finn?
Other than the WNBA finals with the Phoenix Mercury and the Las Vegas Aces, there's been some more news. This came out maybe like a week ago. Napheesa Collier, who unfortunately suffered a pretty nasty injury in the semifinals as well. She was in a press conference, and this was huge. Basically, just called out the WNBA commissioner, Cathy Engelbert, leaked some crazy things from their conversation. Napheesa brought up a few different points about the officiating. There was a few other things as well, but the one thing that stood out the most was when she asked Cathy about young players in the league, in particular, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Beckers, who in the first 4 years of their career, their salary in the WNBA alone pulls in, I think, like $80,000 a year. Like, they make little to nothing, like, for a professional basketball player. Obviously, they're making millions off the court through endorsements, brand deals, because they're essentially going to be the face of the WNBA.
Oh, Caitlin Clark's the face of the WNBA for sure.
100%. Cathy Engelbert said they should be grateful.
Allegedly. So.
She did deny all of this.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Napheesa would come out and potentially jeopardize her entire reputation.
Yeah.
She's a top 5 player in this league.
No, I believe Napheesa for sure.
I 100% believe Napheesa. But Cathy basically came out and said they should be grateful because I built this entire foundation, and without me in the WNBA, there'd be nothing.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Because it's essentially roles reversed. Like, Caitlin Clark
Is
in
the
a sense
reason-
saved the WNBA. If it wasn't for
she did save the WNBA.
if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, the WNBA would be nothing. Like
It'd still be awful.
Yeah, they were losing money year on year, every single year until Caitlin Clark came along.
The attendance basically doubled at every arena that she played on the road in her rookie year. She was obviously injured the majority of this season.
Yeah,
but people like Angel Reese are in headlines constantly. Paige Becker's had one of the best rookie seasons we've seen in a long time. Good. So for Napheesa to put her reputation on the line and call out Cathy, I believe her. Cathy obviously basically said none of it's true.
So we have to say allegedly, but I think you're right.
Buzzy,
yeah. Crazy.
I can't believe she said that.
In some other quick news, Kuminga re-signed with the Warriors.
There was a few signings around the last week, but I feel like this is the biggest one.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. The Warriors have made hardly any off-season moves. They signed Al Horford.
Very bad.
Yeah, I saw their starting lineup is going to be 4 players over the age of 35.
Damn.
Be the oldest player in NBA, oldest starting 5 in NBA history.
Really?
Steph, Draymond, Jimmy, Horford. And then whoever they want to fill in, maybe Kuminga gets to start. I don't know.
They weren't trying to re-sign Kuminga, especially for what he signed for. Wasn't it like $58 million as well? It was like a big contract as well, which is unfortunate for the Warriors. They signed Seth, but then waived him because they're going to re-sign him in November when something about the salary cap's different.
Yeah,
how random is that?
Did you see he try to buy the number 30 off his brother?
Did he actually?
Yeah. Steph was like, nah, I don't need any more money, little bro. Move along, pal.
That's crazy, but...
That'd be funny, because it would still be a Curry jersey with the number 30 on the back.
Yeah, it would be. And people would still buy it.
But all the money from those sales would go to Seth, I'm guessing.
Is that how it works in the NBA?
I don't know. Surely they get a percentage of their jersey sales.
Yeah, I think you do.
Do you reckon everyone would still buy Curry 30 jerseys? Or they'd buy Steph 30, Curry, 31. Whatever new number he is?
Probably 31.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably still buy 30.
Yeah.
Because then if it ages, people still know.
True.
Unless you're like a diehard NBA fan and
so if Steph was a good big brother, essentially, he would give his brother number 30 to make him
That'd be so
bread.
Funny.
Yeah.
Watching Seth Curry run out with number 30 on the Warriors.
Yeah,
they're in for a long season, though.
Yeah, sorry, man, mate. They're terrible.
They're not
Might
good.
miss the playoffs, to be honest.
I watched like a clip on Twitter, and it was Draymond Green and Al Horford shooting threes at training. And it was... The caption was two guys with invisible backpacks on.
Yeah.
They're in for a long season.
No bench depth.
And and another signing that obviously happened, Quentin Grimes, who was playing some outstanding basketball at the back end of the last season, signed a 1-year deal with the Sixers for like, I don't know, $8 million.
Yeah, steal.
Underpay.
He was averaging like 20 once.
Yeah,
all
a couple
injuries
40
happened.
pieces as well.
Yeah.
Like, he was playing so good. First of all, I can't believe the Mavs let him go to the Sixers.
Their guard depth is insane, bro. Maxey, Grimes, Jared McCain.
Is he
VJ
hurt again?
Edgecombe now as well.
Jared McCain's hurt again. Oh, it's just
hurt.
is it a thumb injury or something? He should be fine by
I think he'll be alright.
But I feel bad for Quentin Grimes, just considering that he was so good at the back end of last season. You would have thought a team would have wanted to pay quite a bit for him, but it seemed like no teams wanted him.
Be coming off
the Warriors
could
have
done fully healthy. So.
Warriors could have done with him.
True.
Warriors could have done with bloody anyone. Insane. But yeah, that's all basically for the world news. NBA season's not far away, which, I mean, preseason's obviously in full swing.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I think, when's the first round? Must be like October 20-something.
24th or something. It'll be when we're in Hoop Nation,
It's
right?
it's around then, yeah. So, thoroughly looking forward to that. Little update on the Kawhi Leonard, Steve Ballmer, whatever that tree planting situation was. Seems like they've denied everything, as you would. And they've also been very confident in saying, launch an investigation, they've done nothing wrong. So,
fair.
It's looking like either they got away with it, or
they've done a good job of hiding it up.
Either that, or nothing was even wrong in the first place. So, fingers crossed that continues, because, you know, if we have no Kawhi Leonard next year, then we're in trouble. But there was so much drama that came out after that. Little inside sources from the Clippers saying they hated Kawhi Leonard. He was a cancer around the locker room, doesn't want to play basketball, yada, yada. I don't know. Doesn't seem like that. James Harden absolutely loves the guy, apparently, so I can't believe the media.
Yeah. No, Kawhi Leonard seems like one of the most likable NBA players.
You would think so, right?
Yeah.
Great player.
Nice, humble guy.
Seems quite funny. What it is. Seems funny. Did that little tour in China?
He did.
Yeah, did you see when did you see the interview with him when he was like, the reporter asked him, what do you say when you see the ball going? He's like, wet ball! So good.
He was like, didn't he do something with Young Hudson? in China?
I think Kawhi Leonard interviewed Young Hansen not long after Young Hansen came to the league.
That's right.
For whatever reason. And Young Hansen's English is like not very good, so that was
It's getting better though,
Hopefully.
with his NBA skills
You
as
think
well.
so?
Chinese
Yeah, you see a reporter asked him about like athleticism and stuff. He's like, yeah, everyone's athletic. I'm not.
Everyone's fast and athletic.
He's gonna be good. I hope. For your sake, I hope he's
Thanks,
good, and for the sake that I want to see
Chinese
some
Jokic.
like a
Chinese
big
Jokic.
Chinese Jokic like go from the second round to being picked at 17.
Rookie of the year. Go check whatever the odds are, guys, and win yourself some money.
Mate, he's probably paying 500s.
Exactly. Win yourself some money. Let's get into the NBL though.
Yeah, of course.
We'll wrap up the games that have happened in round 3. 3 games. Well, 4 including the Breakers, but 3 games outside of the Breakers. Adelaide got the job done over Cairns, 110-79.
I turned this game on Thursday
them
night.
out.
I turned this game on Thursday night, and it was at halftime. I was like, oh, it's relatively close. That third quarter from the Adelaide 36ers was insane.
Bryce Cotton doing Bryce Cotton things. 28 points, 7 assists, and 5 steals as well.
Bloody hell.
Also, Flynn Cameron, the Kiwi lad, he had added 20 points to help get the job done.
They've only played 2 games, because obviously Adelaide were playing those European teams at the start of the season, but, man, no Montrez. Cheatham's been
Good rebounder.
okay. Yeah, he's a good rebounder. Good role player. They're 2 imports short, technically, because Bryce is going to be a marquee player.
Yeah.
Are they going to add anyone? Because they're top of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
They're
might be
first.
alright.
Obviously, they've only played 2 games. Cairns was a little bit high on them to go into the season. They've looked really bad.
I mean, their starting lineup was really good, so I can't blame you for being high on them.
It's a shame your boy, Ashton Hagens, I don't know what happened there.
Visa
Andrew
issues or
Andrews, by the way, came in. He looks okay. He's okay.
He's okay.
We said
not
he was
a
going to be
star.
teats, but nah, he's not a star.
He's a role player.
Jack McVeigh looks good. I'll give him that. But yeah, Adelaide are going to be a very good team. And whether they go after another import, which personally I think they should go after
At least one.
another big that can shoot. Because
Yeah.
we were talking about this a few episodes ago when we were doing our predictions, and we thought Adelaide were going to struggle severely on the spacing end.
Yeah.
Bryce Cotton is shooting 58% from 3 this season already in 2 games, and averaging 33 points over 2 games, because he had 39 in the season opener for the 36ers, of course. I don't think it's going to be an issue.
I mean, you got Humphreys. I think he can probably lock down that 5 position. Maybe go and get like a small forward.
Before I think it was at the start of last season. I think Montrez did sign, but maybe it was the season before when Humphreys did start at the 5 spot. He looked really good.
Yeah.
He's a really good player. I don't know if they go after another one or they just keep going with what they have. Flynn Cameron looks so much better. It looks like he's taken a leap.
Wish we had him, man.
Oh, bro. It would have been the perfect pickup. I reckon we would have... What would have happened... I reckon Adelaide just had more money to throw at him.
Yeah, for sure.
Compared to the Breakers, which is very unfortunate. But the leap that he's taken since last season on Melbourne has been excellent.
Yeah.
Just considering playing for the Tall Blacks and everything throughout the off-season, obviously over here, was nursing a bit of an injury when he was playing down in Franklin, but looked excellent regardless. And yeah, he's going to be a very integral piece for that Adelaide team going forward. So
100%.
Yeah.
And they're obviously 2-0 on the season, so couldn't have started better for Adelaide.
no, and they'll probably keep going as well. They're going to be one of the best teams for sure, like we all predicted.
Elsewhere, Perth beat Illawarra 92-84, so a bit of a closer one there.
Yeah,
Wendler got 16 points and 14 boards in this one.
Yeah.
So just continuing to show that he's just an elite
he's
rebounder.
an elite rebounder, man.
Even though he's only like a small forward, 6'8", maybe max,
Maybe
6'7".
even that. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, he's looking incredibly impressive. And JaVale McGee for Illawarra, despite the loss, he's looked like a potential MVP candidate. For
So good,
He got
bro.
a slight injury, I think, in this one, but he came
Hurt
back on
his
the
knee.
court.
Yeah, I think he shook it off, kept playing.
So
Illawarra though, haven't won a game.
no,
0-2 on the season so far.
yeah, it's rough. But I mean,
Close games.
Close
games. And JaVale's still probably finding his feet.
26 and 14
And
in this one for JaVale. So
Will Hickey still out with an eye injury. So Corey McLaughlin has been starting, which you were saying
must run in the name.
whoever's gonna,
Yeah,
be that backup was gonna be the 6th man of the year. Will Hickey might come in and start. Corey McLaughlin has been okay though, to be fair. But also JLA, Joe Lowell Achille Jr. has
beast,
been
man.
outstanding to start the season as well, as we all predicted. Perth are going to be dark horses.
yeah.
No Bryce Cotton. I don't even think it matters.
Mason
Doolittle,
Jones still hasn't figured it out yet either.
and when
he does,
he's on though, he looks very good. Christian Doolittle has found a 3-point jump shot this
he's
season,
looked
considering he wasn't the greatest shooter last year. Christian Doolittle's looked excellent.
And shout out to another Kiwi, Dante Russo-Nance. In the game against the Breakers, he was doing a very good job at locking up PJC.
He's starting.
Yeah. He impressed me a lot.
He did start against Illawarra, but he only played 7 minutes. It's
Yeah.
probably a matchup thing, because he is a smaller-ish player, but really stoked to watch him get a shot, because he's been on Perth for this might be his 3rd season on Perth.
Yeah.
Obviously,
He was like a DP
he was a
when he
DP for a few seasons, but just really stoked to see him actually get an opportunity to play in this league.
He's going to be good, man. Like,
I mean, he's young.
5-6 years from now when he's entering his prime, I think he's going to be...
He's 22, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe even younger?
Starter,
Super young.
like, yeah.
Yeah, Jackson Ball also heading over to Illawarra now as a DP. He just got done playing in the Schoolboy Nationals, that's why he was a bit late.
Yeah.
He averaged 32.
In the Schoolboy Nationals.
32.
He's
They did go down in might have been the quarters to Westlake Boys, actually, in the end. 32 for Jackson Ball a game. For Nelson Boys High School, I think it was.
It's insane.
Or Napier Boys High School.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And in the last game of the round, Tassie beat Brisbane 84-82, so a very close one. No Javon Freeman-Liberty or Casey Prather for the Bullets.
Yeah.
So impressive that they kept it this close without 2 of their imports. Shout out Tane Murray, though.
Yeah.
Starting and having an efficient 17 points for the Bullets.
Yeah. Shout out Tane
So
Murray.
I love to see that. Always good to see Kiwis shining, no matter where they are playing basketball.
Yeah, definitely. Tyrell Harrison, just quietly on the Brisbane Bullets, has looked like the best centre. I think he's looked better than JaVale McGee, just quietly. I think
that's a hot take.
I think
top
Tyrell...
two.
I think they're 1A and 1B, honestly. But Tyrell Harrison, after one good season here, will be in the NBA next year, mark my words.
Damn, bold take from Finn.
I think he's going to be in the NBA
I don't hate it.
Considering what he did over in the Summer League for the Nuggets, you could tell he's already almost just about at that level, maybe as a two-way player. But he has just been so dominant.
So good to have
Touch around the rim is just excellent.
Right there.
6'11", 7-footer, rebounds the ball well. He technically is a Kiwi, but he grew up in Brisbane most of his life. But he's played
born
for
there as well.
He's played for he was born there. He's played for the Tall Blacks. He's got Kiwi heritage. I'm pretty sure he's Māori. He has a tattoo. I'm pretty sure. I think he's Māori. So technically speaking, that would be another Kiwi entering the NBA.
Another centre.
I know.
Another dominant centre.
It is a bold take, but I think one just outstanding season this year, considering how good he's already been. If this continues, he always gets injured. I'm hoping if he stays healthy and just strings together just a perfect season, I would think an NBA team would take a stab on him. If Jock Landale can make the NBA, who was also one of those dominant big men in the NBL, I think Tyrell Harrison can also do the exact same thing.
Speaking of centres, also in this game, Josh Bannon had 23 points and 15 boards.
Yeah, he looked great for
So
Tassie.
he looked impressive. And Tassie are 3-1 on the season.
Surprising, to be honest.
Very surprising.
Bryce Johnson has looked very good. Wasn't the greatest in this game. I think only had 10 points, but Bryce Johnson has looked very, very, very good.
Yeah. And speaking of, should we do a ladder update, Finn? What's the table looking like?
Of course,
Run us through
Adelaide 2-0. Of course, and Melbourne United 3-0. I had them 7th seed.
Yeah.
Might be one of the worst takes I've ever had on the podcast. Watching this team. First of all, I do have the reason I did put them that low. Milton Doyle was coming off a pretty down year on Tassie. He has looked very, very good for Melbourne. Jesse Edwards has looked excellent, and Tyson Walker, their little point guard, has been great as well. Along with locals like Finn Delaney has been very, very good for Melbourne. So that's another player that I was really disappointed that we weren't able to sign this year.
No, they're looking great.
Melbourne have looked like a very, very dominant team.
Third place is Tasmania, like we mentioned, 3-1.
Yeah.
Perth are fourth, 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney have split their 2 games, 1-1. Obviously, winning against us. Southeast and Melbourne are 1-1 as well. Cairns 2-2, so they've played 4 games like us. Brisbane 1 win, 3 losses.
The 1 win was against us.
And Illawarra are 0-2, and then of course us at the bottom 0-4. 0-4. So yeah, dead last, and it's already looking like it's going to be challenging for us to climb up that ladder.
I think challenging is a understatement.
Yeah.
And shall we get into it? This is why we're here.
4 games.
We've had a few weeks to, honestly, 3 weeks to digest what has been going on in Breakers HQ. Obviously, we got along to the season opener, and there were glimpses of greatness, I feel like, in that season opener against Brisbane, but ultimately we did fall.
It wasn't bad.
And one of the big reasons was simply Tyrell Harrison just dominating.
We had no one tall enough to...
Casey Prather was just on a heater that night.
Yeah.
So, we did okay.
104.95 in that one.
Not a bad effort from the boys' first game.
No. There's worse games.
Yeah, so we backed it up with a 32-point loss to Melbourne, like 2 days later. And we were down 40 points at one point, so that was interesting.
That was our worst game of the season so far.
Yeah, and then the game last weekend, Perth at home.
Managed to get along to this one as well.
I was away. Will, thoughts? I didn't actually get to watch it.
I mean, again, more impressive than the Melbourne performance. But we went up...
hard.
Yeah, not hard. We went up, I think it was 15 points in the third quarter.
I think it was 12.
12 points in the fourth quarter.
And then they went on a 15-0 run.
No, it was like the start of the third that we went on our run.
Was it not the fourth?
No, it was the third. Isaiah Liafa hit 4 threes in a row.
Yeah, that was the start of the fourth.
No, that was the third quarter.
Oh, maybe I didn't
Coming
actually
out of
watch
half time.
Oh, I thought Never mind then.
And then Perth obviously came back, went on a 17-0 run in the fourth quarter to just absolutely turn the tables.
John Riley's son came on the court for the first time all season.
Iced the game.
Stuck the dagger into the
Christian
Breakers'
Doolittle
hearts.
hit one as well, but yeah, it was the two of them.
John Riley's son hadn't touched the floor all year and came in and did that. And now he's actually getting consistent minutes because he's actually been playing good basketball.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That guard depth is pretty good with him, Dante Russo-Nance, and Mason Jones.
Henschel as well.
Henschel was, in the game against us, he was, dare I say, like locking up PJC when he was guarding him. He looked impressive.
So unfortunate.
And then
they
obviously...
have Elijah Pepper as well. They have a very good team.
And obviously our last loss was last night to Sydney, 97-75. So got destroyed in that one as well. But let's look over some of the positives and the very few positives.
We've got one positive.
Yeah.
This is the only thing that I have taken away from this season.
And then we've got a list of negatives.
This is the only
endless list.
This is the only thing this season that has stuck out to me where I'm like, this is going well.
Yeah.
And it is literally just Kareem Lopez.
Yeah.
Who has been one of our better players at 18 years old, and he is on a 20 minutes a game minutes restriction.
Yeah.
He's shooting above 50% from three.
He's our only player shooting above 30% from three at 55%.
Yeah, Rob Baker shoots 30, but like above that.
Yeah, he's at 55%.
Yeah. Kareem has, because that's something he struggled with last year, his shooting ability. He's been excellent this year. He's looked athletic. He's looked long.
Great defender.
His skill with the ball in hand has improved drastically too. He's looked excellent, and considering he has battled with this back injury since the Next Gen Eurostar camp or whatever it was a few months ago, and apparently he's been ill, for him to be on a 20 minutes a game restriction, but he played more than that against Perth, which confused me.
Yeah, he played like 28.
Like last night, he looked great and played 19 minutes.
The only bad thing I can say that I've seen him done is he's missed like 2 dunks this season.
No,
which is kind of inexcusable.
Everyone misses dunks.
Well, no, the two dunks that he missed were like wide open. Like
fair, he's got a lot of dunks.
Throw it down, and he like rim stuffed himself.
Yeah, he's got a lot of lobs this year too. Kareem Lopez. He's got a couple putbacks. He looks. I'm just very, very excited to see what this young man can produce in the next. I think it's 29 games. I think it's a longer season now with the Ignite Cup.
Yeah,
which we're actually playing on Wednesday night against Illawarra. So that's going to be exciting. But considering this is a longer season, and this is basically his college year to get his draft stock up. 7th projected, right, going into the season?
Yeah.
If he continues on this just upward rise that he's having, he's going to go so high in the draft. And it's just such an exciting thing to see.
Top five's his peak.
The fact that we get to see it in our own backyard, and who knows how good his career is going to be, but he could be a very good NBA player. Who knows?
Yeah.
Knowing that we breeded him from a 17-year-old young Mexican kid to an NBA lottery pick is just so cool. Like RJ Hampton, ultimately his career just failed.
Poor guy.
But Kareem Lopez, I'm very high on to being a very impactful player in the NBA. Hopefully,
for sure. So yeah, that's our one positive that we had. That was the only one we could come up with.
Genuinely.
But we have a lot of negatives that we were able to write down, don't we, Finn?
Yeah.
Starting with rebounding. We've been out-rebounded in 3 out of 4 of our games. it just seems like we can't keep the opposing teams like centers off the O boards. That's
think-
been our biggest struggle, and I think it comes down to our centers are a bit undersized. Like Sam, he's our starting center, but he's what 6'9", 6'10".
6'9". He's a large human being though. Like
He is,
very strong.
You look at the players we played: Tyrell Harrison, Joe Cool. Those are two like 7-footers, pretty much,
Huge
with long
individuals.
wingspans. They're quite easily able to
not-
like reach the ball over Sam and Enga.
And
So
they're
it's
not athletic either.
Yeah,
They jump
exactly.
pretty high. But yeah, and Sam is athletic. It's not.
He is.
Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah.
But
He's just giving up quite a lot of inches on those
think-
guys.
yeah, and Rob Baker, as much as he's 6'11" with a
He does not play like a big.
no, he is like I thought he'd be sort of playing the 5, considering his how like what his physicality is, like 6'11", 6'4" wingspan or 6'5" wingspan or whatever. But
He's closer
just-
to being a 3 than he is a 5.
he
He guards other teams' small forwards.
he's
and
pretty fast
On
and athletic.
offense, he's pretty much just he catches the ball on the wing and he just shoots it straight
He-
away. That's what he does.
He loves shooting 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Which he's done it at an all right clip this year so far.
30%.
30%'s not bad. But yeah, it's an interesting one. And I love Rob Lowe. But he's pretty old.
Yeah.
He's getting up there. No offense to Rob Lowe. Like he is, it's just like inevitable. He's getting up there in terms of
Yeah.
age. And yeah, I think you're right. I think we are 8th in opponents' offensive rebounds. So
Yeah.
like it's 3rd worst in the league.
Yeah.
And this is behind, I think, Kens, who literally don't have a center other than Marcus Lee, because Sam Wardenberg's out with that ankle injury for for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So kind of understandable why Kens are leading the league in that stat. And there's might be Tasmania or another team. I had it up before, but we are 8th, which is not ideal.
No.
So that's definitely one of the worst things that I've seen.
We've also got on here Finn 3-point shooting.
Oh,
We're bottom in the league.
Bottom of the
in
league.
percentage, 23% from 3. Like I mentioned before, our only player shooting over 30% from 3 is Kareem Lopez at 55%. Everyone else below 30%. So,
Well, Rob Baker's on the dot 30.
well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. PJC's like 12% on the season. So our
Yeah,
star
that's
point
not
guard
good.
shooting 12% from 3 obviously is not gonna do wonders for us.
Small sample size. A lot of margin for error in terms of percentages in only 4 games. He might not have taken that many, but yeah, not ideal. And, you know, players like Ruben Tarangi, who is known for his 3-point shooting, is shooting like 18%.
Yeah.
Sam Meninga's shooting like 15% from 3.
Liafa is the most inconsistent 3. We said it before the season. He's the most inconsistent 3-point
Did
shooter.
you see him in the Cells NBL?
league.
Did you see
Yeah.
him in the Cells NBL? I think he shot
It's
2
terrible.
for 12 in the final.
He airballed a 3 in the game last night.
I think he
It was
airballed
just
like
like-
3.
Yeah. And then he has games against Perth where he hit 4 in a row and was
He-
just on an absolute heater.
Is the streakiest shooter I have ever seen touch the basketball. In the Cells NBL, he had games where he'd score 30 plus, shooting like 70% from 3, like 7 for 10 from the field, 7 for 10 from 3. And then 2 games later or a game later, he'd be like 12%. If he's on, he's on. If he's off, he's off. There's no in between for Liafa. Just wildly inconsistent. But he hasn't been that bad. He was very bad on Sydney last year. No offense to the great guy, but he's been better for us because he's probably given a little bit more opportunity. But
I do like Isaiah Liafa.
Oh, yeah, same.
Something, dare I say, I want to see more often is he's got a really shifty handle. For someone who's kind of our 2 guard, I almost think he could play the 1 off the bench.
yeah, well, he was because Taylor Britt started the season off.
Yeah, he was playing
sick,
one.
I think. Yeah.
So I kind of want to, I don't know. Like, obviously, love all the Breakers guys, but like, Taylor Britt has not really impressed me, Finn, at
No.
all.
I was
That's
so
why
high
I
on
mention
him
it.
too.
Maybe like run Liafa some more minutes at the 1,
Or Sean Bairstow, big man, 1 minutes. That could be something we could see. From
maybe.
him.
But yeah.
Interesting, eh?
What's another negative we've got down here, Finn?
Second in the league in turnovers, apparently, according to the great man Will Tremaine. He's done some good research. 14.3 a game, not ideal.
No, not at all. And there's a lot of them are like forced turnovers. If
They're
you
just
watch our
not
games,
needed, yeah.
like just inbounds passes, even like we just can't get the ball in off from the baseline. The team's just scored, and we can't even pass the ball into our point guard PJC. Just careless turnovers.
Yeah.
Easy fix that they just haven't seemed to figure out.
And one that we haven't got written down here that I'll bring up. Our bench depth is probably the worst in the league. Something that the Breakers really wanted to build this season was Kiwi culture. And something that I'm proud of, you know, like we have a team full of New Zealanders, which we were trying to rebuild, which is something that was the foundation of the dynasty that we had back in the 2010s.
We just didn't get the best Kiwis, Finn.
We didn't get the best Kiwis. We missed out on Flynn Cameron. We missed out on Finn Delaney.
Yanni Wetzel.
Yanni Wetzel didn't come back. Players like that who would have made our team simply outstanding. We signed a bunch of Kiwis. Sean Bairstow, as well as the imports, the only non-Kiwis on the team. The league has changed drastically since the 2010s in terms of talent, in terms of local talent. Obviously, that dynasty that we had from 2011 to 2015, we won 4 championships, was built on Kiwi identity, as well as some good imports that would return on consistent years. But the league was just fully just Australians and a few imports, and it wasn't as high quality as it is now. Because Australia obviously has a far bigger population than New Zealand. Far bigger player pool for locals to get better, because some of the best players in this league are locals. Xavier Cooks has been one of the best players in this league for God knows how long now. JLA, he's another player. Jack McVeigh. New Zealand doesn't really have any of those players.
We had Abercrombie and we had Webster, and that was kind of why we were so good.
Mikavakona.
Yeah.
Finn Delaney in his peak when he was in the Breakers was a second NBL All-Team or whatever it was.
Yeah.
We don't have that anymore, and I think, we picked up Rob Lowe, Liafa, Tarangi, signed Britt.
These are all bench players at best.
Unfortunately, our bench depth doesn't compete with the rest of the league, I think. And that's something that we're really struggling with. And I don't know if it's going to improve, to be honest.
Sam is really our best chance of that, elite Kiwi.
And he's good.
And he is good.
He's a really good player. He had a great game last night against Sydney. A really good double-double. Honestly played really well.
Yeah.
But outside of those guys, I think we're just really lacking in that local market, especially that's bench depth. And I think we talked about this off the podcast. Petteri Koponen's rotations and minute spreads are just all over the place so far.
Well, yeah, we've obviously gone through the positives and the negatives. We've got some tough questions here that need to be asked, Finn.
Yeah.
You just mentioned it. Is Petteri Koponen the right man for the job?
So funny, because last season I just thought he was the greatest coach we've ever had. Considering the start that we'd had, because offensively, we were the best team in the league. Last season, our offense, before Taco Fall signed, the offense that Petteri Koponen had built around that roster was just perfect. This season, I haven't seen it yet. We've had one game where I was happy with our offense. We scored 95 points against the Brisbane Bullets.
I think despite the fact we're 0-4, it's still too early to make that bold statement yet.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm not giving up on
Petteri
Koponen yet.
Neither.
So I think give it a few more games. If we get to say 2-10, for example, then we're gonna seriously start to have that discussion. But if we can I don't know, by the time we've played 12 games, get to 4-8, then maybe that's if we go 4-4 in our next 8 games,
you're happy.
I'm happy.
Keep him.
Yeah.
I think Petteri Koponen has an outstanding basketball brain. I think he has so much experience playing in the international game, especially in FIBA rules, which obviously the NBL does play in.
Yeah.
And I think he's gone through so much change. This is his second season ever being a head coach. Imagine going through this much change in your first 2 seasons as a head coach. Yeah. Your whole organization changed hands in going into your second season. He's got a completely new roster. He's probably still figuring it out. Yes, it's confusing. Saw Carlin Davison suit up in game 1 against Brisbane and had a very good game, very impactful, played very valuable minutes, and now has struggled to take the floor at all this season following those games. Max Darling was a starter for the Breakers last year and now rides the bench.
Yeah.
And it's just little things like that. And I feel like he's only just injected Rob Baker into the starting lineup, and it doesn't seem like Brockington, Baker, Sam even, obviously Kareem Lopez at the moment on that minutes restriction, are playing enough.
Brockington's a really odd one because he looked phenomenal in the Blitz.
Outstanding.
And he just seems to not be trying to score the ball as much during these 4 games that we've seen so far.
Is that his fault though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is that Petteri Koponen's
not
game
running enough
plan?
plays for him?
I don't know.
Who knows? But I want to see him getting more shots up, to be honest.
I agree.
So that's another thing we want to see change. Are Baker and Brockington still just settling in, do you think?
I hope so.
Is that what it is?
I hope so. Well, obviously Baker came in late, played for Team USA over in the AmeriCup,
Yeah.
was traveling a lot, got chucked over to Japan, was ill, back tightness or whatever happened. From what we saw, allegedly he had 25 points against that Division 1 Japanese team
Still no footage of.
No footage of it or anything, but from what was said, we thought he was going to come in and just be excellent.
I damn near had him as my MVP.
I know, and now that we're here and he struggled to find minutes, he hadn't played a game over 20 minutes yet until last night.
Yeah.
And he's not shooting the ball awfully for a big man at 30%. It's not bad.
Could be better.
I'm just struggling to understand what Petteri Koponen wants out of him, because he's 6'11", but he's guarding smaller players.
He was guarding Casey Prather in the first game of the season, so it's like, yeah.
He's doesn't rebound the ball particularly well. He really lacks an inside game, unfortunately, as well. He doesn't like getting down and dirty like Sam
likes
does.
to shoot it.
Loves shooting the ball.
Plays like me, bro. Catch and shoot. Catch and shoot guy.
Yeah, I'm unsure. I hope he's settling in. Brockington, we've seen what he can do in the Blitz. He won the MVP for a reason. I think that's something that he's probably still just figuring it out. I don't know if it's teething issues between him and Koponen still. I don't know. What
And
about
as for PJC, I mean, we've mentioned about his rib injury here.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's definitely playing a part with him. Like,
Huge.
every game I've seen him grimacing at some point with his ribs.
Yeah.
So, like, they're obviously still playing up. They're not serious enough for him to be out, obviously, because he's playing the games, but they're serious enough to, like, be affecting him. So, I don't know what the fix is there, though, because, like, obviously, if he just keeps playing with them like that, then they might not get better. Do we need to maybe rest him for a couple games or a week to try and, like, just get those ribs right?
I don't know.
But then the problem is we have Taylor Britt who would come in as our starting point guard, and with all due respect, we can't do that.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, you can sign injury replacement cover or whatever it is, but like we went to the first game and we went into the press conference and I asked Cop, how's PJC's rib? Like, he literally had to sub out the game at some point and he back on it everything. From what I could decipher from his sort of broken answer, his ribs can't really get better and he can play through them. From what I could decipher from what Koponen said, it's getting better, and it's like a day on day off basis where one day he wakes up and his ribs are fine, and then another day he wakes up and they're in agony. And I don't know if resting even heals them. I really don't. I've never had rib injuries before. I don't know much about them. But you can tell, like, PJC, one thing that he did so well in his first 2 seasons was his ability to get downhill, draw contact, and finish over larger defenders, as well as like being able to be a threat inside to be able to kick. You can see how passive he is getting into the lane now, unfortunately. Settling for mid-ranges, which is completely fine as part of his game. He's a very good mid-range shooter. But you can probably see it as well.
Settling for threes a lot, which isn't really his game. Yeah, it kind of speaks to the 12% shooting. But no, yeah, I think you're spot on there, Finn. And Petteri obviously spoke about it. But nah, hopefully it recovers with time. I guess that's the only really way around this. Just more time, hopefully, to get better. But we know what PJC can do when he's at his best. So I'm not worried about PJC.
MVP candidate.
It's the other guys that got to step up. Brockington, Baker, we haven't seen them at their best yet. So
Brockington had 21 against Melbourne, but like empty stats, unfortunately.
If those two can figure it out and get it right, I've seen what Sam Menenga can do. He's looked impressive. Kareem Lopez looked impressive. I think honestly, those two guys for me is what it comes down to most. Brockington and Baker, they sort it out. I think this team changes.
Hopefully.
For sure.
Hopefully. I think give it time. Poll for the video. Just thought of this in my head. We've got to talk about one before. But this is going to be a pretty tough question, and I need your thoughts down in the comments. Is Petteri Koponen the right man for the job? Yes or no?
Better leave a question to be asking.
I don't
like
care.
It,
We're throwing it out there. Give me your hot takes. Get in the comments down below. I want to know your thoughts as to what you think about Petteri Koponen and if you're liking what he's doing right now and if they should move on. Judd Flavel, FYI, is an assistant coach in this team who has loads of experience, who could easily fill the void, just quietly. Not saying that needs to happen.
I don't like it. I don't like it yet, Finn. Maybe.
I'm not saying yes or no, but I want to know your thoughts. Comment down below as well. I want to hear your reasoning as to why it's a yes or no for Petteri Koponen for this week's poll.
Love it. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be having another episode come out in not this next week, but the week after.
Yep.
So, we'll see you then.
Hey, and make sure to get down to Spark Arena on Wednesday night to watch the Illawarra Hawks.
Yes, for sure.
Hopefully we get our first one of the season. Ignite Cup round, by the way. Ramifications for this one.
Yeah. Cheers.